I have previously released a lengthy guide for the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit collection in Disney Speedstorm and an additional Season 7 update. If you have watched them, then this video might provide a lot of familiar information. But there's also a bunch of new stuff. I've decided to slightly change my structure of collection overview and driver guides for Disney Speedstorm. In the future I will release individual driver guides and collection videos separately, which hopefully means it won't take months to edit them anymore. This guide for Ortensia is to a large degree going to be the Ortensia section of my Oswald collection video. However, updated with a lot of new information regarding Season 7 and especially the new Season 8, and also with additional gameplay advice. You might say it's the remastered version of my Ortensia guide. As always, I've implemented some timestamps so you can easily skip the parts of the video which are not that interesting to you. Ortensia is the driver of the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit collection. She's a cat and Oswald's second girlfriend, replacing Fanny Cottontail. Originally, Ortensia was named Sadie, but during the Epic Mickey games her name was changed to Ortensia instead. Ortensia first appeared in the lost movie The Banker's Daughter, which is chronologically the 7th movie. Oswald worked as a limo driver for Ortensia's father in the movie. She appeared in total in 12 movies during the Disney timeline. Ortensia also played a minor role in 2 video game adaptations, Epic Mickey 1 and Epic Mickey 2. In the first game she reinterpreted the role of Sleeping Beauty. In the second game she was the character responsible for bringing Mickey Mouse back into Wasteland. Ortensia appeared in no other video games apart from Speedstorm yet. Originally, Ortensia's outfit was a classic pink skirt, sometimes combined with a hat and a flower. In Disney World theme parks, however, her outfits were changed from pink to green instead, which is also her Speedstorm default color. Noteworthy is also that similar to Oswald being a prototype for Mickey Mouse, Ortensia was clearly the role model for Minnie Mouse. Therefore we can see lots of similarities between Ortensia and early Minnie. But let's now talk a bit about the driver Ortensia. Ortensia is a speedster. This means she gets the most boost by driving over boost pads. Since Ortensia also got a relatively strong handling and acceleration stats, she also got a lot of grip, and boost drifting is also very efficient with her. Similar to Oswald, she also suffers from relatively low top speed. This has always been a bit of a disadvantage, but the huge meta change in Season 7 with the new crew member system put low top speed drivers in even more of a disadvantage. In addition to that, the top speed of Ortensia has been nerfed to level 50 only in Season 7. This is a really weird change, since it only addresses level 50 Ortensias, which are probably ultra rare. Nonetheless, it seems quite unjustified in my opinion. In addition to that, in Season 8, half of the low top speed drivers have gotten their top speed increased. Ortensia, however, did not get any increase. Once again, a really questionable decision by Gameloft, since she could have really needed at least a little top speed buff. On the other hand, all speedster drivers got a huge buff at the beginning of Season 8. The amount of boost gained by boost pads has been increased by 50%, which is a lot, and makes every speedster immediately much stronger. Ortensia's unique ability is Lovely Flowers. The normal version of her ability summons 3 offensive red flowers around her cart, which stun opponents upon contact. Her charged unique ability, on the other hand, creates 3 defensive green flowers around her, which are supposed to protect her from damage. I say supposed to, since this ability unfortunately doesn't always seem to be working as intended. During her release period in Season 5, you could sometimes get simply hit through the green flowers. This was apparently a glitch that was supposed to be fixed in Situation 6. The situation was definitely improved and the green flowers now block a lot of possible attacks. It's unknown whether it is intended or accidental that you can still sometimes get attacked by hits in between the green flowers. This makes the charged version of her ability less reliable than one would desire. The normal version of Ortensia's ability, however, is pretty good. I've mostly been using the red flowers with her. They can be used offensively against other players, like for example purposefully sliding into an opponent in a turn, but it also works great defensively as a protection mechanism. I often had other players getting stunned by accidentally driving into me. Once other players see the red flowers around Ortensia, they also have an incentive to drive extra cautiously. The red flowers can also be nice as a small retaliation mechanism. If you get hit in the middle of a route by an ability, then it can become difficult for other players to avoid you if they didn't see you coming around a turn. This way you can potentially stun the driver who hit you first, when he tries to overtake your car. The green and red flowers, by the way, can stack, which can make Ortensia look like a menacing tank. It's also interesting that her normal version is the offensive and her charged version the defensive, since it is the exact opposite of the shield ability. In Season 7, the effectiveness of stuns has been lowered, which makes her red flowers a little less effective. In Season 8, I have also been encountering a glitch where Ortensia would destroy her own green flowers if she uses an ability. This glitch was already present for a short time during Season 5, but I didn't encounter it in Season 6 or 7, but now it seems to be back. In Team Ranked, my green flowers could even be destroyed by the abilities of my teammates. Let's hope Gameloft fixes it soon, since it massively hinders Ortensia's charged unique ability. Ortensia's unique, by the way, does not work any different in team races, so she's probably not going to be part of any Speedstorm dream teams. Ortensia's other abilities are Cloak, Rush, Shot and Hack. This is a pretty good ability setup. Cloak can be a godsend in higher level lobbies, and Rush and Shot are always valuable. Ortensia's epic crew member JP Whiskers allows her to use Hack as a starting skill. That is, if you can unlock Whiskers, which so far still has been impossible for non-paying players. So let's now take a brief look on Ortensia Cosmetics and wait to obtain shards for her. Ortensia's default outfit is based on a modern Disney park outfit and features a green and black style. A classic pink outfit, however, is also present as the banker's daughter outfit. It's nice that they included both of them into the game, even though the pink outfit is nearly a bit too dark and almost looks like purple in Speedstorm. Ortensia's Adventures Abound and Centennial Platinum outfits, however, look exactly the same as Oswald's, which is not only pretty lazy, but I also don't think that they look all that interesting. Ortensia's default Kart skin, Graceful Green, matches her default driver skin pretty nicely. There's also a pink Kart skin, Playful Pink, which is supposed to match her classic pink outfit. It, however, colors the kart pink and silver instead of pink and black, which would fit much better. There are also the usual rather forgettable color variations. The special kart skin for Ortensia, however, is in my eyes a big disappointment. There's too much black and not enough of the primary color green. I wouldn't even pick this over the default kart skin. Ortensia also has 4 victory animations, but in my opinion they are a bit more bland and forgettable. It's a similar story with the car plates. I can't help but think they look a little bit lame, and I didn't find any of them particularly appealing. Ortensia has the 27 as her driver number, which stands for 1927, which is the year of her theatrical debut. Ortensia is being voiced by Audrey Vasilevsky in Speedstorm, who already voiced her in Epic Mickey 2 before. I think she did a good job here as well. Admittedly, Ortensia's one-liners are a bit more generic, but probably that's just based on the fact that there isn't too much to work with. In the classic movies, the characters didn't talk, and Ortensia mostly just took the role of a damsel in distress. In the Epic Mickey games, she also didn't play a major role. Her voice clips are therefore fine, but admittedly nothing too memorable. Let's listen to some Ortensia voice samples.
Flower delivery! Here's your bouquet! Time to boom! Oh, crumbs! I was worried there for a minute. I know I can do better. And that's just the bee's knees. Gotta show Oswald who's the best racer.
The best opportunity to unlock Ortensia shards, same as with every mid-season driver, was her Bouquet Cup unlock event. This was a regulated time trial event and the first one in which only the top 5% of players were able to unlock 25 shards. Top 15% got 10 shards, which both would have been enough to unlock her. Top 40% still got 5 shards and so on. I remember having to sweat for a couple of days till I improved my time enough to guarantee the top 5%, which was admittedly a bit of a rewarding feeling. But mostly it was disappointing to see them once again restricting the access to mid-season shards even more. The second part of her unlock event was called the Devoted Cat, where an additional 6 shards for Ortensia could be earned in a more classic event format. In contrast to Oswald, there were no unlock packs in the shop for Ortensia during her events. But she could at this time, outside of events, only be unlocked via various loot boxes like the Old Friends New Beginnings loot box. Later on she also got the shard pack bundle with Oswald. Same as with Oswald, only paying players could get their Ortensias to 3, 4 or even 5 stars, if they spent enough money. In contrast to Oswald, there were no Ortensia shards as a reward on the Season 5 season tour. I also don't think there were any shard rewards on the Season 6 season tour either. The Happily Ever After and the Lucky Streak events during Season 6 however did reward 3 and 4 shards respectively. And then there were also some Ortensia shards available on the Season 7 Part 1 season tour. With the shards from the different events and from reaching MPR 23 in ranked multiplayer, I got Ortensia very close to 3 stars. Only through her inclusion in Racer Boost in Season 7 did I manage to get her to level 35. For Racer Boost, all players who have her unlocked can theoretically gain 2 shards per week for her. Hopefully by the end of Season 8 I will finally reach 4 stars with Ortensia. If you have unlocked her during Season 5, you will probably also have her at least at 2 or 3 stars, and I would strongly recommend using Racer Boost if you want to progress with Ortensia. If you have missed out on unlocking Ortensia so far, your best bet is to wait for future events or Season 2 rewards. Maybe she will get a Star Chaser in the future, who knows. If you're a bit more impatient, you can also wait for one of her bundles to appear in the shop. That being said, there are often also no such shard packs available and you either don't have any opportunity to unlock her, or will have to purchase loot boxes which only offer a small chance to actually gather Ortensia shards. As I mentioned in the collection guide, mid-season drivers are not only some of the most difficult to unlock, but also some of the most difficult to progress, since their shards are not included in a universal box or daily shop section. The inclusion into Racer Boost therefore is the first sustainable way to gather Ortensia shards. We see a similar story if we look at the optimal crew setup for Ortensia. The only crew members for Ortensia you can unlock without paying money were Camel, Hot Dog, Lifeguard and the Mechanical Cow. They were available during events in Season 5 and 6. If you have missed out on them and don't want to spend money, then you currently can't use any crew members with Ortensia. And even if you have unlocked them, they are bound to stay on star level 1 for a very long time. This is what I meant when I said Ortensia has a relative crew member disadvantage in comparison to most other drivers in Speedstorm. If we now look at Ortensia's stats, we will see that her top speed and combat are her two weakest areas, and acceleration, handling and boost are significantly higher. Therefore, in my optimal Ortensia crew setup, I would go for Whiskers, Camel, Hot Dog and Donkey. An epic crew member is always nice to have, since he improves all stats, makes your unique ability stronger and gives you a starting ability. Since Season 7, epic crew members have become even more important. Camel and Hot Dog used to be the only crew members improving top speed till Season 7. But since Donkey now also improves top speed, I would use all three in my optimal setup. Ortensia is still one of the drivers with the lowest top speed in game, so I believe she needs them. Theoretically, Ortensia could also put Lifeguard in the 4th slot, since he will improve her acceleration and boost more, but because of her lack of top speed, I would personally rather go with Donkey. And if we now look at the more realistic crew member setup, we have to acknowledge that Whiskers and Donkey, for example, have been impossible to get outside of loot boxes yet. So as a 2-star Ortensia I would go for either Camel or Hot Dog, depending on your driver level and driving style, and with a 3-star Ortensia I would simply use both. For a 4-star Ortensia I would add Lifeguard. Just out of fun, I always try to come up with a possible lore-based crew member setup, but for Ortensia that isn't so easy. For Ortensia it is a lot more difficult to find a lore setup, since she didn't even interact with most of the crew members. I could only pick JP, Whiskers and Donkey. Whiskers is her father, and Donkey helped Oswald to save her in Oh What a Night. Overall, Ortensia is a decent racer. She's often being listed as one of the absolute worst drivers in the game, or even be called useless. If you consider her crew member disadvantage and difficulty to gain shards, then it is definitely one of the hardest characters to get into the highest ranks. That being said, I still had a lot of fun driving and winning with her. She's definitely no meta racer, and I would personally choose Oswald over her, but she can be a fun character to drive with. Her ability selection and normal unique ability are all rather good. Her charged unique is a bit underwhelming, but most drivers don't have two strong unique abilities. In a regulated multiplayer or free play, her mid-season disadvantages don't come into play, so she could be a decent choice for those modes if you enjoy her playstyle. This is definitely still the case. The glitched unique ability, low top speed and crew member disadvantage make Ortensia one of the weaker drivers in a competitive setting. The speed star buff in Season 8 however makes her, together with the changed rank system, a lot more viable. In Season 6 and 7 I struggled to reach Diamond with Ortensia. Since in Season 6 I lacked the shards to get her to 3 stars, while in Season 7 all Emerald matches got flooded with level 40 and 50 drivers. In Season 8 however the amount of lost ranked points has been massively reduced in all leagues, and the team ranked mode makes progressing easier than ever. I could therefore pretty easily finally reach Diamond with Ortensia, and I'm confident that a level 40 4-star Ortensia should be able to reach the champion ranks despite her crew member disadvantage. You can get some more gameplay impressions of Ortensia from a win compilation video I uploaded on my second channel. The link is in the description of the video. In this sense, thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.